The international airport was bustling with travelers from all over the world, dragging their suitcases, checking their phones, and rushing to catch their flights. It was a normal day, or at least it seemed to be. Officer Jake Thompson stood near the customs checkpoint, his sharp eyes scanning the crowd. His canine partner Max, a highly trained Belgian Malinois, sat attentively by his side. Max had been with the force for 5 years and had helped uncover everything from illegal drugs to hidden weapons. But today, he was about to uncover something. Canine Max detects something suspicious that would shake the hearts of everyone involved. As passengers walked past the checkpoint, Max suddenly stiffened. His ears perked, his nose twitched, and then he barked. Loud, persistent, urgent. Jake immediately turned in the direction Max was focused on. A middle-aged man in a dark grey hoodie, carrying a black duffel bag was. Walking toward customs, he had an ordinary look, nothing particularly suspicious, but Max's reaction told a different story. "Excuse me, sir," Jake called out, stepping forward. The shocking discovery inside the bag. A man hesitated for a brief moment before forcing a nervous smile. "Is there a problem, officer?" Max barked again, his tail stiff, his body tense. "Please place your bag on the table for inspection," Jake instructed, watching the man's reaction carefully. The man hesitated again, his grip tightening on the handle. "Sir," now Jake's tone was firm, with a reluctant sigh. The man placed the duffel bag on the inspection table. His hands fidgeted as he unzipped it. The moment the zipper slid open, Max lunged forward, barking wildly. Jake's heart pounded as he looked inside, and then he froze. Inside the bag, wrapped in a thin blanket, was a tiny baby, no more than a few weeks. The man's emotional confession, few weeks old. The infant's face was pale, and his small chest rose and fell weakly, gasps filled. Eam rushed over, shocked beyond words. What the Jake muttered, his hands already moving to gently lift the baby out of the bag. The infant let out a faint whimper, but he was dangerously weak. The man stammered, his face filled with panic. I wasn't trying to hurt him, I swear." Jake handed the baby to an airport medic who had rushed over. He turned back to the man, his expression dark. "Explain now." Tears welled up in the man's eyes. I was trying to save him." Jake narrowed his eyes. "Save him from what?" The man took a deep, shuddering breath. From his fate he was going to be sold. Silence. Everyone in the room stared, processing the horrifying words. A shocking truth. The man's name was Daniel. Ian rushed over, shocked beyond words. What the Jake muttered, his hands already moving to gently lift the baby out of the bag. The infant let out a faint whimper, but he was dangerously weak. The man stammered, his face filled with panic. I wasn't trying to hurt him, I swear." Jake handed the baby to an airport medic who had rushed over. He turned back to the man, his expression dark. "Explain now." Tears welled up in the man's eyes. I was trying to save him." Jake narrowed his eyes. "Save him from what?" The man. The dramatic rescue mission drive LED them to a hidden facility on the outskirts of the city. What they found made everyone's stomachs churn. Inside, several newborns were being kept in horrendous conditions, waiting to be smuggled out. Some were already tagged with fake documents, ready to disappear into the black market. The rescue mission was swift and precise. The criminals were arrested, and the babies were taken into protective custody. Jake stood in the middle of the chaos, watching as officers carried the infants to safety. His heart swelled with emotion. If Max hadn't alerted them, if Daniel hadn't taken the risk, who knows what would have happened? A new beginning. Days later, Jake visited the hospital where Noah was recovering. The baby, now in the care of social services, looked healthier. His tiny fingers curled around Jake's hand. Max, sitting beside him, let out a soft whimper and licked the baby's fingers. A nurse smiled. "You know there's a waiting list of people. Adopt him, Hune's already loved. Jake. A heartwarming ending." Smiled. Good, he deserves a real home. As he walked out of the hospital with Max by his side, he looked up at the sky. The world was still full of darkness. But today, they had brought a little more light into it. And it had all started with a custom dog who refused to stop barking. Moral of the story? Courage comes in many forms. Sometimes it's a man risking everything to save an innocent life. Sometimes it's a dog trusting his instincts. And sometimes it's standing up against evil, no matter the cost. This, the moral of the story. Story is a reminder that one action, one moment of bravery can change lives forever.